Good morning, my darlings. My name is Victoria and this is Veritas Tarot. I love to do readings for love, not only obviously love of another, but most importantly love for oneself, because just like my cup of tea tarot, you can't pour from an empty cup. And also in England, there's nothing that a good cup of tea and a natter with a friend can't fix. So we're doing exactly that this morning with Spirit. And we're having a natter and a chat with them to see what messages they may have for you. If the messages don't resonate, please don't try and make them fit. There are many extraordinary, brilliant, fabulous readers out there on YouTube, and there'll be a message there for you. I always know that whoever's meant to see this message will do so in the right time for them, divinely guided by Spirit. So I'm going to do a 6 of Cups soulmate reading for you, and I'm going to do your head and heart space, their head and heart space, advice from Spirit, and then an extra sort of oracle and some clarifiers as well for you. So let's crack on and see where you are at, Leo. So we're going to look at your headspace first of all. Thank you, thank you, thank you. One card please for Leo's headspace. Thank you, thank you, thank you. One card please, thank you. Bless you, darling. You're in the 3 of Swords at the moment, so you're obviously going through something very tough, and my heart goes out to you because it's a very, very painful time. And there's a saying in England, it doesn't rain but it pours, and I just feel at the moment you're just in a space of coping, and that's okay. That's okay. And I hope this helps to say to you that when we are in that space, how you can help yourself heal is to understand that God is always protecting us and guiding us. And sometimes, and everything that happens in our lives actually happens for us, not to us. And I know it's very, very difficult to hear, but sometimes these things that make us very unhappy and very uncomfortable and are traumatic are sent to us to help us heal things in ourselves that sometimes we're not even aware of that are there. So let's see where you are in your heart space at the moment. Let's see where you are in your heart space. Bless you, darling. Okay, so you've got too many cards here at the moment. We're going to just do one card if we can. Leo's heart space, please. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Leo's heart space. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Well, look at that. You have the Ace of Cups. So, look at the contrast of the 2 cards. This is your mind space. This is where fears live. This is where what I call the sort of hamster wheel of fears and thoughts go round and round and round. I want you to remember something. Fear is a liar. We just create that in our minds based on lack of self-love and self-worth that we feel for ourselves. Your heart, your soul is telling you you are this Ace of Cups. You are extraordinary and you are amazing. And things that happen in our lives sometimes have to happen in order to shift us into a different vibration, to shift us from a space of looking for love outside of ourselves to actually finding it from within, and then being able to attract to us the relationship that we deserve. And this is what your soul loves you. You are, we are all part of one universe consciousness, and we're all a piece. Water, one drop of water is one drop of water on its own, but all the drops of water make the ocean. And this is what Spirit is reminding you, that you are an extraordinary, I'm going to call you starseed. You are amazing and you are beautiful. And just because somebody else has made you feel that, this is who you are. This is your soul. And you know that deep down. And you're being guided by Spirit here, and you're being protected. And you're coming to the end of a cycle, because you only get the aces when you are being shown this is what is coming in for you. So I'm going to move forward and see what's in your soulmate's head and heart space at the moment. What's in Leo's soulmate's head space at the moment? Thank you. Too many cards. Thank you, thank you, thank you. What's in Leo's soulmate's headspace? Still too many cards. One card, please, guys. Thank you very much. Thank you. So you have the Knight of Swords. So the Knight of Swords is somebody who wants to rush in and literally speak their truth. Okay, I think they've had a lot of realizations. They've been through this storm as well, but the lightning always represents to me that kind of lightning bolt of thought, that receiving thought that we get when we realize things. And I know that they are nervous. But I mean, the dragons appear, that's why I love these cards. The dragons are all about spiritual protection and divine guidance and divine protection. And so this dragon here is guiding your soulmate. You know, they have words they want to say. They do want to speak them from a place of truth. And they are a little nervous about it. But I think, you know, and I thank you, Spirit, I'm getting, you see the Three of Swords, and this sword makes the Four of Swords, and the Four of Swords card is a healing card. So whatever they want to come in and tell you is to try and help you, to give you some words that will help you move into a place of healing, which is the Four of Swords. So that is lovely. There's a lot of care there. There is a lot of care. Let's see what's in their heart space for you. So we've got two cards here, and I'm going to take both of them because they flipped out. We have the Two of Wands and we have the Six of Wands. So there's a lot of passion here. You know, wands are very much symbolic of passions and desires, and so there is a real attachment here with you. And the way the cards fell out is that actually this little guy here with the Two of Wands, he's facing back towards you in your head and your heart space. I think they, you know, whatever they have gone through, and you have gone through, and I think it's been a while now, that they have come to a decision about what is their passion about, what they want from their life. And I believe that is you. You've also got here, this is in their heart space, remember, you've got the Six of Wands. So the Six of Wands is somebody being victorious. Now, sometimes the Six of Wands can be somebody who's sort of in there wearing a mask and in their ego. I don't see this Six of Wands as that, because again, we've actually got this sort of white dragon here, which is all about peace. And what I see in this card with the Five of Wands in the background, I mean, the Five of Wands card is about arguments, negative energies, disillusionment, getting sort of, you know, lack of self-worth, etc. So in his or her heart space, they are now not being part of that. They've decided that doesn't serve them, and they are ignoring it and going straight past because they know that it is not for their greatest good, and they know that in order to move forward in their path, that this is where they want to be victorious, is this decision that they're making. And I believe this decision is about you. Let's have a look at advice from Spirit for you. Thank you. Okay, so you've got the Hangman, which is lovely. This Hangman in particular I love. So this Hangman is hanging in his tree, and he has all these ribbons, or all those sort of manifestations and dreams and wishes. So I just put the light back on. All those sort of dreams and wishes. And the flowers and the fruits are all saying it's starting to come into abundance. Now, this Hangman, it's as above, down below. He is, advice from Spirit is, the Hangman is a time just to look at your relationship, okay? Look at, whether it's make or break, whether it's, you know, do some soul searching. If you're with this person, can you improve things? Is there something, just like this chap, he or she has something to say. Is there something that you can do? You have the ability to change a situation, but it's about taking time out. It's about seeing things from a different perspective. And it's also about trusting and going with the flow. This is the river here. And I always talk about that, your boat is you on the river, and you can either put the oars in, which are the oars of trying to control it. That's all fear and anxiety driven. Or you can go with the flow and hang out. knowing that your manifestations in divine timing will come into fruition for you. I hope that makes sense with that. I am going to do some clarifiers for you with my Everyday Witch Tarot. And then we'll move on and just finish off with one Animal Tarot card and my Angels and Ancestors card. So let's look at the Three of Swords. And again, you've got two Ace of Cups. So this was where you are in your head space, and that was where you are in your heart space. And you have this Ace of Cups again. So it's very much Spirit saying to you, move out of this fear-driven space you're in, and have that trust that everything is being divinely guided for you. These things that have happened for you have happened to allow you to move into a new cycle of a higher vibration, a new cycle of self-love and self-worth. And you know, this Ace of Cups is pretty cute. She's hanging out, she's got her cup there, she's got the cat playing, she's got these, you know, these doves of peace here. This is about bringing you to a place of peace and joy and happiness, is what Spirit is trying to guide you to do. And when I talk about Spirit, you know, I'm talking about listening to your soul, listening to your instinct, because your soul is a piece of Spirit, a piece of the universe. We are all part of divinity. And so your soul, you know, who loves you so much and thinks you're so amazing, is asking you to start to trust in those feelings. And you've also got this lovely infinity symbol above here. So it's all about your spiritual waking up. And once you move into that space, I can tell you it is the most extraordinary space to be in, because you suddenly understand your connection with God, the universe, with your manifestations, the law of attraction, the whole thing. So you whatever you have gone through, and as I said, we get little slaps around the face during our life if we're not learning and growing from relationships. All relationships are for the evolution of our soul. And sometimes we don't know that, we don't learn from it. And so what happens is Spirit comes in and gives us a whopping great big slap around the face, which kind of really makes us look at things. And it's when it's very difficult, and I understand it, but it's when you're at that darkest place, that heartbreak place, which is where the most transformation happens. And Spirit is telling you it is happening, it is happening. So let's have a look at more on the Ace of Cups again. So you've already had the two, and you've got the Two of Wands again. So isn't this beautiful? In your heart space, you have the Two of Wands. In your soulmate's heart space, they have the Two of Wands. So let's let you think about that. You both have this Two of Wands. You both have made a decision about something. The Two of Wands and the Two of Wands makes the Four of Wands, which is another soulmate card. It's another twin soul card. It's the commitment card. It's a beautiful card. So you have, for your Ace of Cups, this is, you know, this is what you want and how much this means to you. And you're seeing it from your higher self. You're up on this turret, you know, you're seeing it from, when I say your higher self, again, I mean your soul. You're seeing that. You've been completely guided by Spirit. That's with all the stars there as well. And you've had a bit, I know it's been a tough time, but with the cat there too, you've had a bit of playfulness. You have been in the moment as well. And you know, well done, darling, because you are being guided on the right path. Let's look at where your soulmate is. This is clarification of the Knight of Swords, where they are in their headspace, the Knight of Swords. Thank you. So they have the Seven of Pentacles. So immediately what this is telling me is, remember, they want to come in and talk to you. So the Seven of Pentacles is about a card of being in the moment. It's about a card of waiting for your harvest to come in, your manifestations to come in. Now, the thing is about waiting for things to happen, because we shouldn't really be waiting. We set our intention. We say, I am grateful for whatever you want to happen. And if you are grateful for it and you know it's going to happen, it will happen. The universe will always say yes, but the universe will also say yes if you ask from a place of lack of, and it'll just keep giving you the same. So whatever their position they're in, they are in a position of feeling that this is not the 9 of Pentacles, this is not the 10 of Pentacles, this is the 7. They're feeling a lack of in their life, and it's a reminder as well to them about having more joy in the moment. You know, animals are an amazing way of teaching us to be in the moment. That's why I always feel they don't live as long as us, because they come in to show us that extraordinary loving and living in the moment. So your soulmate is had contrasts, and they know now what they don't want and what they do want. Let's look at, this is in their heart space. This is the 2 of Wands and the 6 of Wands. So you've got 2 cards. No, you've got too many cards. 2 of Wands and the 6 of Wands. Thank you. Still too many, guys. Thank you. 1 card, please, or 2. Thank you. Too many. Oh my goodness, they have a lot to say here. That's it. There we go. So you've got the 9 of Wands. So I feel that wherever they have been, do you remember I talked to you about they've made a decision, and they are now ignoring all of this 5 of Wands, all of this negativity and everything around them. They know what they want, and they want to be victorious. You have this 9 of Wands. So they've very much been in this space of feeling like they've been backed up against a wall. You know, they've gone through a lot. They've gone through a lot. And they have learnt all these wands they've dropped. These are almost sort of cycles of things that have happened in their life where they haven't maybe got that little slap around their face. And they finally kind of step forward and they understand what they do want. And it takes an awful lot of courage and bravery to do this. So do be very grateful for the space that they are in, because they are stepping forward, and they are doing it with an understanding of why things have happened in their lives so far. And that is where the 7 of Pentacles is coming in, and the Knight of Swords. So I'm really pleased to see that there, because this is, you know, they've learned through contrasts, and it's only through our own experiences that we shift and grow and learn. We can't fix or mend somebody else. Only they can do it themselves, and only they will do it in the right time and divine timing. And the other thing I'm saying to you, and I don't know why, but I've been told to say to you, is that when we want to know something, we're being protected when we don't know it, and God will always tell us at exactly the right time about something when it is the right time for us to know. It is always divine timing. Let's move on to the Hangman, and where this is advice from Spirit. Thank you. And you have the 5 of Pentacles. Yes, so again, this is about you being in the moment, about you looking at this relationship, about what you know brings you peace and joy, or what is a relationship that isn't worth fighting for. It's about, you know, really taking a good look, and meantime not worrying about what, if you're doing the work on yourself, then Spirit will always come in with those lovely surprises, delights and manifestations. But it has to be from a space of you having your self-love and self-worth. And if you're wanting things to happen because you're codependent on something, or you want to people please, which is all absolutely traits that we all have when we have that lack of self-love, because we always look for love outside of ourselves. But if you're in this space where you're understanding about your connection to the universe, you're understanding about going with the flow, and Spirit is saying that is what they don't want you to be in, that 5 of Pentacles, of feeling left out in the cold, feeling like you don't know the answers to things. Let it all happen the way it's meant to. I know it's really tough at the moment. I know it is, but I can promise you, the more you go within, the more you spend time listening to that receiving thought, not the fear-based thoughts, but that thought that comes in, that utter clarity of thought that comes from your soul who loves you so much. Spirit is looking to guide you in the right direction. Your soulmate does love you, but there's always a time and a place for everything. And they are in a space right now where they need their own pace, their own healing. So it's about you taking some time out from this, taking some time for yourself, holding the space for them if you want them to come back into your life. but you have to focus on your own self-love, because, you know, a new relationship, say with them, or a relationship with them, doesn't start from how you start the relationship with them. It starts from how you've healed from the last relationship. Otherwise, you'll just continue that same pattern. You'll bring all the old wounds in back again, whether this is a reconciliation card reading or a new, somebody who you're aware of. But you don't want to take that into another relationship. You really don't. You want to take that that's in your heart space. So let us now, I'm going to do you one of my animal tarot cards, see what Spirit has to say for you there. A message for Leah, please. Thank you. Oh, that's so beautiful. You've got the Strength card. I'm going to have to put my glasses on for this, otherwise I can't see. So you've got the Strength card, and you've got the Maasai Lion and the Lamb. Let me just show you. There you are. And it says, true strength is displayed through kindness, forgiveness and compassion. You have tremendous personal power and courage. And that's very beautiful. And I want to show you something here. The daisies here are all about love and peace and spiritual growth. And then you've got the butterfly there as well, as about transformation. And you've got the infinity symbol there too. One of the, and this is a reminder for me to hopefully give you some peace here. One of the ways to, I just recently did a little post on this about fixing your own broken heart, is obviously only you can do that. It does take great strength and courage to do it. And one of the ways that is so helpful is to do it from a place of love. And I know that sounds really strange, but to do it from a place of higher self-love, so that you're not transferring your feelings about yourself onto another. You're actually, you understand why these things happen. You understand that equally your soulmate may have done and said things that they've done from their own place of pain. And one of the fastest way to heal is to forgive, because by forgiving them, you're also giving yourself peace. And it's about forgiving yourself too, because we're the hardest on us than anybody else. We're always hardest on ourselves. And when you allow love, and the more you allow yourself to be in a space of love, the more you allow those receiving thoughts from Spirit to come in, the more you allow yourself to feel peace and happiness and compassion and understanding, the more then love can take your hand and show you how to heal. If you remain in that fear, pain, anger, resentment space, if you remain in that space, it's going to be a lot harder for you. And forgive the other, because they don't, if they've done something, it's not because they want to hurt you. They've done it from their own conditioned behaviours and their own sense of pain. So that is just a little extra message there for you. But that's very beautiful. And I want you to remember that as well. I'll read that one out to you again. True strength is displayed through kindness, forgiveness and compassion. You have tremendous personal power and courage. So deal with it all with love, and I can promise you, you will feel so much better so soon. And allow them their own time and space for healing. And I'm going to just now pull my Angels and Ancestors cards. Let's see if we have a last message for you. Yeah, we have here the Hunter card. Track down your fears and desires. So this is really about facing your fears. This is about this Courage card, about going within, and the Hangman, about sort of being at one and understanding as above, down below. If I just put that one back, here we are. And if you see, he's got the stag there, which is all about that connection. I mean, stags are extraordinary animals, but the hunter only takes what he needs. Remember that as well. You know, the hunter doesn't need to have this and this and this and this and this. The hunter just takes what he needs. And I think all you need at the moment is to find your love for yourself within. You are being guided. I'm just being told one last thing. Try not to be too stubborn sometimes, because it doesn't really help us. If you know that you're being triggered into something, don't say anything. You can always say to yourself, if somebody says something and you want to answer back because it feels good to answer back, you could just say IPOV, which is an interesting point of view, and walk away. But just focus on you at the moment, just on what you need at the moment, not on what anybody else needs, just what you need. And that's the last message for you. So Leo, it was lovely to do that reading for you. I hope you have a lovely week. And you take care of yourself, my darling. You take care of yourself. And if you want to have a personal reading, if any of this resonated, then all the details are in the description box. And I look forward to having a chat and a natter and a cup of tea with you and spirit next week. Take care, my darling.